In stage 3, fermentation or the first proofing is the stage where the dough is allowed to rest and rise. So during this stage, the yeast feeds on the sugars in the dough, producing carbon dioxide and alcohol. Carbon dioxide form bubbles that make the dough expand and become light and airy, while the alcohol contributes to the bread's flavor and aroma. This stage is also called bulk fermentation, where the entire mass of dough rises before it's divided into portions. Bulk fermentation helps improve the dough's flavor, texture, and gluten. And lastly, the structures. After bulk fermentation, the dough is divided, shaped, and allowed to rise again in the final shaping. It's called proofing or the second fermentation. Proper fermentation and proofing ensure a soft, well-textured loaf, and the dough should be kept in warm, draft-free environment and covered to prevent drying out. Punching down or stage pour or what we call degassing is the process of gently pressing the fermented dough after the first rise to release excess carbon dioxide that is produced by the yeast. This step redistributes yeast, sugar, and moisture throughout the dough, which help ensures an even fermentation and consistent crumb structures. Benching also prepares the dough for the next step of portioning and shaping. So it is important to handle the dough gently to avoid completely deflating it, as a proper punching result in a well-textured, evenly risen loaf. So for the procedure of punching down the dough, scoop the fermented dough, which is remove the dough from the fermentation container and place it on a clean work surface. Observe if the texture and volume after the rise. Use a dough scraper to fold or gently fold the one sided of the dough toward the center using a dough scraper or your hands. This helps release excess carbon dioxide and redistribute yeast and moisture. Fold over the other side of the dough or fold the opposite side over the first fold, creating a smooth, even surface. Then turn the dough slightly and repeat folding if necessary. So being careful not to overwork it. So punching down is gentle but important to create a uniform textures in the bread. After punching, we move to portioning and rounding where the dough is divided in shape for the final rise and baking. So portioning is the process of dividing the punch down dough into the individual pieces according to the desired size and weight of each flour or roll. This step ensures that each piece or pieces evenly and result in consistent sizes, which is important for presentation or proportion control. So during the portioning, the dough is usually placed on a light floured surface and cut using a bench or a bench knife or dough scraper. Carefully portioning prepare the dough for the next step, rounding which smooths the surface and support proper shaping for baking. Stage 6, rounding the portion or rounding is the process of shaping each portion piece of the dough into smooth, tight ball. This step helps create surface tension on the dough, which supports an even rise during proofing and produce a uniform crumb textures in the finished bread. So during rounding, the dough is gently stretched and tacked under itself to form smooth at surface or proper rounding also makes the dough easier to shape into its final form, whether it will become a loaf, roll, or other bake. Now let's proceed to the stage 7. Makeup or shaping is the process of forming the rounded dough pieces into their final desired shape, such as loaves, rolls, or specialty breads. This step is important because it determines the bread's final appearance, textures, and how evenly it will bake. So during shaping, the dough is gently stretched, folded, or rolled according to the type of bread or being made. While maintaining the dough structures and surface tension, proper shaping ensures that the dough is ready for the final rise, what we call the proofing, and ultimately it can result in an attractive and well textured baked product. Now let's proceed to the stage 8, proofing, it also called the final fermentation. It is the stage where shaped dough is allowed to rise one last time before baking. So during proofing, the yeast continues to ferment, producing carbon dioxide and alcohol, which give the bread its light, airy textures and develop its flavor. Dough is usually placed in a warm, humid environment to prevent the surface from drying out. Waterproofing is crucial. Underproof dough will be dense, tight, and may not expand properly, while overproof dough can collapse, resulting in a flat and even loaf. This stage ensure the dough achieve the right volume, structure, and texture for baking, leading to a well-formed crust and soft crumbs. Then stage 9, baking. It is the final stage where the proof dough is placed in the oven and transformed into bread. During baking, the heat causes the dough to expand further in a process called oven spring, while the crust forms and browns due to the Maillard reaction. Proper baking temperature and time are essential to ensure the bread is fully cooked inside, with the soft, airy, crumbed, and the golden, crisp crust. Cooking also taps fermentation, set the structure of the bread, and develops its flavor and aroma, producing a finished product that is ready to cool and be enjoyed. So, washes are liquids applied to the surface of the dough before baking to enhance bread appearance, textures, and flavor. Common washes include egg wash, milk, butter, or water. An egg wash gives the crust a shiny, golden brown finish, while milk or butter can create a softer, slightly sweet crust. Then water is often used to produce crepes to artisan style crust. Washes not only improve the visual appeal of the bread but can also help things like seed or herbs adhere to the surface. Then stage 10, cooling and storing, is the final stage in the bread making processes. After the bread bake, it should be allowed to cool completely on the rocks to prevent moisture from being trapped inside, which can make the crumb gummy and the crust soggy. So proper cooling also allows the bread to sit its texture and fully develop its flavor. Once cooled, bread should be stored in a cool, dry place or wrapped properly to maintain freshness and prevent stealing. Correct storage ensures that bread retains its textures, aroma, and quality for as long as possible. So bread making is both an art and science where yeast create carbon dioxide and alcohol to make dough rise. Knowing the differences between lean and rich dough helps in choosing the right method of each stage. For example, or such as from mixing, fermenting, punching, shaping, proofing, baking, washing, to cooling and storing. So it affects the final quality. Proper proofing prevents dense or collapsed bread, while washes enhance appearance and flavor. So mastering these steps ensures bread with the ideal textures, aroma, and taste. So this include our discussion on yeast bread. We have learned how yeast work to make dough rise, the difference between lean and rich dough, and the importance of each stages, from mixing to cooling. Proper proofing, washing, and handling ensure bread with the right texture, flavor, and appearance. So mastering this technique allows you to consistently create high quality bread. So I hope you enjoyed this discussion.